Hey Brickos, welcome to another LEGO reconstruction video, where we look at recreating LEGO models that we don't have the instructions for. Today I'm playing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and we're going to be building a Snowspeeder from the Hoth level, so come and join me.
Okay, I think we'll start on the wing, and then we can work out the body and how it all attaches. So looking here at the wing, it looks like some 3x6 wedge plates. Put one down and drag another one to the... Okay, then there's a 2x4 after that, those wedge plates. And then there's something at the back. Okay, it's a 2x3 wedge. That way. Then up at the top, there's two more 2x3 wedges. Like that. So obviously these have to be held together somehow. So let's look underneath, see if we can see underneath. Yeah, there's something under there. Oh yeah, okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, and it's there's a wedge where the point is a 3. It goes quite a way back down there. Oh, is it one of the big, huge wedge plates? Oh, what's that called? It's like a 12 by something wedge. 12 by 6 wedge. Okay. Let's try and line this up. Okay, so that's it there. There's obviously something at the back as well. Yeah, that looks like a 4 by 6 plate. There's these 3 jumpers, and then it looks like it's a 2 by 4 beneath those slopes. There's one there. There's one there, and there's one here, but we don't have anything under there yet, so there's a 2 by 4 plate behind where this other jumper is, up on top of everything. I wonder if there's something running the whole way along there. It looks like a 4 by 2 tile under that thruster. Goes there. So then there must just be a 3 by 2 under there. And we've got the other jumper on top. Beneath these 3 by 2 slopes, the orange and the white, there's a 2 by 4 and then some brackets. So under that, we then have a 1 by 4. And so we've got the 2 by 3 slopes. And one there. There's a bracket underneath there, but what's underneath it? Oh yeah, it's like a red tile. And then there's a dark grey, something dark grey beside it. Because we've got this space here, which is 2 by 3 and then a stud. What I might do, I'll put a 2 by 2 plate there. And then if I put that in there, there's a bracket on top. This must have a bracket. Yeah, it has a 2 hyper inverted bracket. So if I put that in there, so I'll put a 2 by 2 plate in. Then this is duplicated to that side. And this is duplicated to that side. So I just need to work out what's in this gap here. The 1 by 2 door rail running the whole length of it. So door rails come in 8 and 2s, and this is 12. So if I put an 8, there, and then the 2 can be here and a 2 can be here. Deal with this one when I have something to connect it to. So what then goes under there? There's a 1 by 2 curved slope at the start. And then a 1 by 2 tile goes in there. So then we've got something from here the whole way up to here. Yeah, it looks like white. It's just white the whole way, so I wonder, just a 2 by 12 plate. A white 2 by 12 plate under there. And then we've just got something black filling the rest of this gap. It's a black 1 by 4. Yeah, I need to put those slopes on and then put the gun in place. Oh, that stuff on the top. Another one of these seems to be there. And then a 2 by 2 slope. On the back of it, there's a 2 by 2 tile underneath. And then on top, there's a 1 by 2 with a bar with a flag. Okay, what have we got for this gun thing? It looks like a 2 by 2 round plate. Then a 2 by 2 round brick with stripes. Then that's a 2 by 2 cone. And then that just looks like a wheel. the hubcap of a wheel. That one looks pretty good. At the back again there's another cone, so I'll just duplicate this one and flip it. It's a modified tile with clip. Bar 1x8 with brick 1x2 curved top end. Axle holder inside small end. That sounds good. And then it just has a 1x1 cone in it. The inverted one with the bar to slot in the end. So now we just need to flip it round and see what's on the bottom of it. Because I know there's a launcher in there. Yeah, there's a launcher and there's something that holds it all together. Okay, so there's a sandwich of something. It looks like a 2 wide sandwich that's one away from the edge. So how's it held on? It's either going to be clips or hinges. Those look like hinges. Yeah, I'm going to go with hinges because that gives it some rigidity as opposed to clips. It looks like it starts around the middle of that slope and then it comes to about just before the other slope. Because if we look underneath again, we can see a white 2 by something, then there's a grey something, but there's also the yellow. We know the clips, the hinges are yellow. Let's start with a 2x6, a white 2x6, and then put that tan thing there as a 1x6. The hinges, because the hinges don't go onto this, I think they're 1x2 horizontal hinges, like this. I think they're there and there. And then we just have a 2x2 to fill in. A 1x2, but sorry. And then there was another, that I think is our sandwich. So let's select all that, make it a submodule, hinge. It started there, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and now just that missile launcher. It's the 2x4 or the 1x4 launcher. And how's it held on? There's a yellow bracket and a white bracket on the other side, like that. And then there's a white one on the other side. I think you can see that it comes further out. I think it's one of these ones that clips on there. And then we'll find the projectile. Try and get it in, not too far, and attach it. I think that's the wing done. So, okay. And now if we copy and mirror, 2 wings for a Snowspeeder, and we just need to work out the body now. Looking at underneath it, looks like there's a 4x plate, which if it runs the length is probably a 4x12 plate, depending on where it starts from. So I'm going to hide these wings. And on the front, there's some sort of wedge. Well, there's 2 wedges. There's an inverted wedge on the bottom and a normal wedge on top, and in between there's a wedge plate. So that a 4x4 wedge. Yeah, that looks like it. There. Then there's that's the one on top though. Keep now, find it. I think it's going to be one of these. So put that there, then put this on top. Can't really see, but what I'm going to do is put a 1x12 plate running the whole length of that in there, and another one on this side, because we know that under here we have to put the hinges to hold the wings on, and then up here we can see that there's bricks, so there needs to be something, and that looks good for now. And if it's wrong, we can change it out. So the first thing that's behind that, if we look underneath again, we've got these 2 big black slopes. They look like 1x4 slopes, or 2x4 maybe. So we can try to attach the wings. I think the wings were on 1x2 hinges with the 2 teeth. So this side we need the single toothed one. I guess it depends what height. So I'm going to start in the middle. So I'll put a 1x6 along there. Then there were 1x2 hinge plate. I think it's this one we need. So there was one went on here and another one here. Well, let's try and attach the wing first and see if that's right. So that's our wing. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to make it easier to attach. Then, okay, this is obviously in the way, so I'll hide it. This is what I want to swing it up and unhide that to see what it looks like. Oh, nailed it. Lower it a little bit. That looks perfect. That's our wing. So I'll hide that again and we can just fill the rest of this in. I'll put another 1x6 there and a 1x2 plate to fill that gap up. Duplicate all this to the other side. And get our second wing in place. So there's the first. Let's try and get the second one. I'll do it the same way. I'll rotate it 90-ish. I have to hide that because that's getting in the way. Bring it up. Unhide that brick and lower it. Perfect. Our Snowspeeder is taking form. So you can just about see that there's a 1x1 brick behind the wedge. I'll put that in there. I'm in this side. And then it looks like two 1x4 panels because you can see the rounded edges on them. And you can see into the cockpit slightly where there's no stud and you see the inner wall. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. See how this cockpit thing is held on? So there's two plates with handles and they're held on with clips. The clips don't look like standard clips. They look like something coming out from underneath the handles and clipping on. I don't know what that is. I wonder if it's robot arms or something curling from somewhere deep within. I can't make out anything underneath it. I might just use clips and then we can work it out, I guess. So under the panels it looks like it's tiles, which would make sense if that's supposed to be the hinge that opens up the cockpit. I'll put a 1x4 tile across it. Oh no, that's too low. It needs to come up a bit. And oh yes, you can see there's a black 1x4. Well, it comes out 1 from the tiles and then it's under 3 tiles, so it must be a 4. So if it goes on here, then it comes to the back of the wing and then 1 out. So that's where I'd make it black. This 1x4 goes on it. So I need some hinges here. Don't really know. I'm still confused by what those clips are. If you have any idea, leave a comment. What I'm going to do for now, and we can correct later if need be, I'm just going to put something there and then attach the clips on top of it. One goes there and one goes there. Okay, and those are free to hinge. I think there's 1x2 tiles there and there to make up the rest of that. Let's just get the canopy done. So that looks like that's a 4x4 windscreen. That looks like that one. I don't think I've ever seen a 4x4 windscreen before. Oh, I must have. On top of that then there's 1x2 hinge plates with the vertical facing hinge. It's all held together with a 2x4 tile, and then that just looks like a 2x3 plate under it. Then 1x2 hinge plate, 2 of these, one there, 2x3 plate between them, and then I guess I could just 2 1x1 plates if I wanted to be fancy. Yeah, why not? I'll give them little lights. Then the final cockpit, it looks like a 7x4 windscreen. Yeah, there we go. There's another set of black supports under there for the wing. There, that's in place. Flip it. Okay. My idea to hold the hinge on is to use these. 2 of these, because that will then give us support from the rest of the body, so it won't be quite so fragile. And if I'm going to put a 1x4 across it again for more support to close off the back, and then just a 1x1 in there. So that'll give these 2x1 or 2x2 corners more support. hinge brick. The hinge brick was red. The hinge plate was grey. Like grey, hinge it slightly that way. Then it had a jumper on it. I'm going to put a round jumper on it because I like round jumpers. And if it's going to hold the 2x2 dome, it's going to need to have a stud on it. Now I can have the 2x2 dish, 2x2 dish. It's not a dome. And that fits in quite nicely there at an angle. Goes in. So it's 8 wide and it connects to this 1x4. And there's obviously a bracket, but there can't be a vertical bracket. This first one is an inverted bracket with the studs on top going down. The second one must then be a normal bracket with the stud connecting on the bottom. If I move this out too, so it's connected there. I move this one out so it's connected there. Then I can connect a 1x3 brick to it. Then I can hang some brackets off it. I can hang the inverted bracket off there and put a non-inverted bracket. So copy that across. Copy one there and that one to there. Flip it up. A 1x2 plate that goes there and then another one over there. Then it needs the sloping grill on the side. There's one, black on the other side, and the vertical grills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then something to hold this hook on with. That one. This one. And I can put an axle through it. Can go through, line it up in the middle, and put some cogs on it. That one. Okay. The problem with Studio is that it doesn't do string very well, so I don't think I can get a string wrapped around that. But that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, and now I just need to do the inside. Oh, I can see at the back there, there's a T-panel. Looks like there's another one there. The fun of this is that because I can't really tell what's happening, I can just make up stuff. So I'll put another one there. I'll put that in, and one on this side to make a chair. And then I'll take tile modified. These are always good for minifig chair backs. And then I've kind of got this 3 in the middle, so I'll put some of these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from what I remember of the film, the 2 compartments were divided. Or if not divided, like slightly separate. And I'll put some slopes on that. There, to give it a nice headrest. In a nice 70s tan colour. I'm amusing myself here. Amusing myself if nobody else. Put some more of these in. And top it off with a 3x tile. Some of these in. See if it... I think it should fit. I think that should fit. That's quite nice. I'm going to hide all this so I can maybe see in there a bit better. But again, what I can do, put a plate in there, put another one. Let's put a bracket in. I put a bracket there, and then I'll 1x2 plate underneath the bracket, and then back to my 1x2 computer slope. That one. This little targeting computer. Okay, and let's go to the front. I think I want this for something. Put a plate in there, and then put it there. So there we have it. The Snowspeeder with a completely over-engineered cockpit.